Well, let's talk about the Champions Sprint, and we'll throw it to you, Liam, because you've alluded to it. Who do you like?
Yeah, I think
We'll talk
Tentaris.
about the speed, because it's very interesting here.
Okay, well, the speed, there's Tropicus, Magic Time, Libertad, but I don't think they're going to go overly fast. So if it's going to suit anyone, I would say Jolie Star's going to be a pair further forward than Tentaris. But they've both got extreme turn of foots, and that's what's going to come to the fore here. So looking forward to seeing how that eventuates. Geez, the Coolmore win was fantastic, wasn't it? Rated through the roof. Big new career peak, which obviously we knew that was going to happen. Gets down to 53.5 kilos as well. Zara off. Craig Williams, you're not losing a whole lot there. But obviously the way that Zara's riding at the moment, it's certainly not a positive, him jumping off. Funnily enough, the one he's on, Giga Kick, I think is the easiest lay in the race here at $5. I do think it's a 2-horse race that they're vying for here. And I'm just going to land with Jolie Star just on top. Obviously, the other one that's had one go down the straight in the Newmarket and bolted in there. I think with their turn of foots, they really are suited to this straight racing. And given that the leaning in the price is Jolie Star $330 and Tentaris $290, it's a very slight lean. But I'm keen to play in the further markets, the top threes, the top fours, and whatever's out there. But Jetabil is a horse that went really well late in the Everest, second fastest last 200 behind Tempted in that race. So I think, we're getting 50s here to win. I expect we'll be getting somewhere in the range of $3 or $4 to run top four, and that's something I'm semi-interested to play in.
Why have you got Skier Kick as the lay in the race? And I say that because obviously beat home Jolie Star in an Everest last year. Wasn't far, or Jolie Star actually won the Kingsford Smith Cup over 1,300 metres at Eagle Farm, and Giga Kick was in that market and hard in the market as well. Obviously, we've got beaten a margin there, but why are you
it's a good
taking
question. That Scalacci win looks, fantastic visually, but that was well short. We're talking 2 to 4 lengths of what the other two have been producing. So would need to, and if you go back to last year, there was a big new peak in the Everest. So it's not to say you can't do it, but I think he's more than a 5-to-1 shot of doing that. So I think he's the natural lay in the market for the other two.
Good question and well answered, mate.
Thank you.
Trent.
Yeah, loved the Coolmore win of Tentaris. 124 racing in sports there, which is only £2 off the highest Coolmore winners in history. That was Weekend Hustler. Home Affairs 125. Switzerland 123 last year. So and very similar time ratings. So almost identical performances. Really, Home Affairs maybe a touch better. That said, I had a bit of a look through Coolmore winners going to the sprint and the 3-year-olds that have run it. So 10 runners have gone straight from the Coolmore to the Champions Sprint for 0 winners. Market's only expected 0.65, so they're not typically in the market. And only one Coolmore winner has actually gone on and tried to do it. So that's kind of telling you the quality of horses that do it. That was Star Witness. And to be fair, he's run second to Black Caviar, so it's almost
a win.
It's almost a win. So he ran 122 in the Coolmore, and then he ran 120 in the Champion Sprint, and he's 4 lengths off Black Caviar, and they gapped the rest, so it's not too bad of an effort. But all that said, I think the market's pretty good. Tentaris, I think, with the upside and the big rating last start, deserves to be favourite. But I can see Jolie Star being improved here and getting the better run. Maybe on a softer track, Tentaris doesn't have that big bounding kind of turn of foot that he just ripped off that firm deck on Derby Day. And maybe the wide draw with J-Mac on for Jolie Star just gets the better run down the straight. The Newmarket win has a ride in the mix. She's come in a little bit now, and I think that's probably fair enough. All that to say is that I think the market's pretty good, and I won't be betting.
Right now,
which is disappointing.
Don't pretend you won't be betting.
Well, if I was getting maybe 350 Jolie Star would interest me. Maybe we do get that. I can't really see anything outside of those two winning, to be honest.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I've got Jolie Star on top now on a Thursday because of the predicted rain. Tentaris is a query for me. But what do you make of backing up? You mentioned the stats. He's at his grand final. So he's backing up. Ready to peak again? Is it just pretty easy for Anthony and Sam Freedman to just keep this horse up and rolling?
Well, obviously I'm not a trainer. I don't know those kinds of things. I can only look at what he's done. I did think it was interesting that as soon as he won, they were pretty keen to come out and say there's a good chance this horse backs up. And I don't think it was
up.
And it was a bit of a thing going into the Coolmore that the horses that are really set to peak and third up going into the Coolmore have a much better record than the ones typically coming out of the Everest or the Golden Rose that have had their grand finals. I think it was a record third up between fourth up in the Coolmore. The third up horses really had a bit of an edge from a return point of view, and Tentaris was that one, and the market came for him. But yeah, look, 3-year-olds against the older horses I'm typically liking, especially when they're as fast as he is, because that was very fast in the Coolmore. But I just fancy that maybe Jolly Star has the better setup here, and like Tentaurus is maybe a bigger chance to regress, whereas Jolly Star's going to run her race.
Who would you take now, Tentaurus or Tempted?
Well, I'll take Tentaurus.
Oh, just
if you're
I'll take Tentaurus for a colt.
I'll take him as the colt for the breeding thing because he's probably worth 50 million. But
would Tentaurus have gone closer than Everest?
Oh, off that rating, you would have run second, yeah. So did Tempted. Yeah. So I'll take, maybe it's recency bias, but I'll take Tentaurus. I reckon he's a better horse.
Very interesting.
Not much.
I'm leaning just Tempted.
Yeah,
but only just.
It's very interesting. Tentaurus could be the best sprinter in Australia if he wins this, which is very exciting for racing.
If he wins this, he is 100%.
And you say that, and then he'll go to stud, so that'll be disappointing. But anyway, let's move on. Mixed opinions there, but the market looks pretty right in the Champion Sprint. What a great race it is.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.